So you want to get your string, and you don't want to put it automatically through. What you're going to do is we're going to do a double thread. So you just want to get however long you think you need. We're only doing this part here, so just cut off whatever you need. Do this, you're going to get both ends. You're going to put both ends through the eye of the needle. I like to lick it and kind of like swerve them together to make it easier. Okay, and now we're getting both ends of our thread through the eye of the needle. Okay, now you want to put the needle in the middle. It doesn't have to be necessarily, but now you have the looped end and the cut end. What we're gonna do is we want to push our needle through, and we only want to pull out the loose end. We want the end that has the loop to stay on one side, on the side that you started pushing through. I'll show you now because we're going to use it to make a knot. So let's say we're starting here. Okay, you have this, two ends on one side and the loop on another side. You're going to push the needle through. Okay. Push it through. Now what you want while you're pushing it through, okay, like this, you want to pull it through, and now I'm going to drop it for a second, or I'm going to use my finger to hold it like this, and I'm going to pull on one of these here, whichever one is the loose end. So I'm going to pull here, and this is pulling the loop, so I'm going to stop pulling this one. I'm keeping my finger here to hold it. Now I'm going to pull this one. So this is going to pull my two ends. I want my two ends over here. So see, I'm pulling these and it's getting the two ends through. Now that I have those two ends through, I'm going to grab my needle again. And I'm going to put my needle a little bit closer to here. Keep the sides fairly even. Okay, now this, we're going to leave the loop there. We're going to use the loop in just a moment. Okay, now you have a loop on this end, and the rest of the thread, the double-ended thread, the cutoff side is over there. Now you're going to use your needle, and you're going to poke back through. It doesn't have to be in the same spot. Don't poke it back in the same spot. That'll cause it to undo. So we're going to, oops, we don't want to lose this. We're going to poke. Okay, anywhere. We'll just poke right here. Oh, sorry. We're going to poke through. See how it didn't end up in the exact same spot? And now you want your needle to go through the loop. So you want your needle to go through this loop. Okay, so now I'm going to hold this up. My needle's going through it. And now you pull the needle. Okay, and see if now it's getting tighter, because it's going to form a knot for me. Okay, now before you tighten it all the way and like pull this a lot, you want to pull this so that this end here, the loose ends, come out. I'm pulling it. Now my loose ends are coming out. Oh, there's the other part of it. Cool. So now the two ends are out with me over here on this side with the needle. And you can pull this, and now you have a knot right there. From here, I'm gonna teach you how to do a quicker sewing method. So this is what you're sewing with now. This knot is gonna stay there. The quickest way to hem the edges, you're gonna go in, and you're not gonna pull it all the way out. You're gonna use your needle and feeling it. You're gonna bring the needle back up. You're gonna drag this down, put the needle in, it's going through, and then flatten it, and you're gonna bring it back up, and going in and out. And you can do littler spaces, like smaller in between each one, or you can do wider ones, like from here to over here. You're pulling it, and it's creating almost like this like ruffle effect. Okay, so you do a few of those. You can do the whole way through, but just to show you, once you do one or two or however many you want, now our point is we just want the needle to go through. It's gonna get difficult because it's thick. So what I'd like to do is I hold my needle and I literally pull this, and it feels bumpy, that's fine. Now, this is going to tighten, okay? What you wanna do is you can either hold over here at the beginning and just keep pulling, and it's gonna pull your thread through, or you can set that down, hold your needle with a hand, and pull whichever one pulls. We're trying to pull this out, the two loose ends. I'm trying to get our string back. So this one's right here, we're just pulling, and it's tightening it, which is fine, but we're getting our loose ends through. So loose ends through, perfect. Now, you can flatten it again, like that, just pull it, and it'll flatten it. And then you keep going. Go a little faster now. Just going in and out. Pull this through, holding this. It'll feel hard sometimes, that's fine. Don't force it, just be gentle. I'm pulling this so I can get my thread back. Pulling it up because I don't want that wrinkled effect. It's cute though. Okay. Now, if you don't want to try that way because it's too intimidating, you can do it one by one. Just will take a little longer. You can just poke and hold the needle with the thread. Don't let the thread get through the eye of the needle. But this way you're gonna have to keep flipping and seeing like, okay, where do I want to poke the next hole? So I don't really like this method, and it takes longer, and the lines are not as straight. But anyways, poking the next one here, whatever. And then you have to pull it again. It's too many steps to me. Takes too long. All right. I'm gonna finish this up corner here. Okay. So now, when you're all out of thread, I would say not to wait until you have like no thread left, because you need to make a hole. I'm sorry, a knot. You don't want to, ideally you don't want to end the knot in the front. So because I ended this way, I'm just gonna poke it through one more time so I can have it on this side. Okay, on the back side of my whatever I'm doing. Okay, now this is a good length that you want to have left over to make a knot. I feel more comfortable with more thread. I can't really make knots with a little bit of thread, but anyways, you're gonna take it out of the eye of the needle, put the needle down, keep it. Needles are nice to have. Anyways, so now we're just gonna make a knot. So I like to make a few knots just to secure it, but with one is literally fine, I'm pretty sure, especially because we have double thread. So now I'm just making a regular knot. I'm pulling it down because I want it to be here at the end. Okay, and just pulling at it, and there you have your knot, and that won't get loose, but I'll just do another one. I like to do sometimes 2 or 3 just to be sure. So that's why I like having a lot of thread left over, not too much, but just enough to at least make 2 knots. And because it's easier to handle. Okay. Oh, we don't want it that high up, but it looks like well, you have your knot. Let's just use this one. You want to cut a little bit above the knot. The knot's right there. Ideally, you want your knot closer to the end, but that's fine. So cut right there. And there you have it. Now, that's what it looks like in the back, and that's what it looks like in the front. But there it is.